The following contest is scheduled for one fall, and it is for the Pro Wrestling 225 Tag Team Championship. Introducing first,
well, here comes trouble.
As a combined weight of 360 pounds, JTM, Simon Phillips, Disobey.
Pinch me, Spencer. I have been dreaming about this match ever since Disobey unjustly lost their tag team championship in the tag team championship gauntlet thanks to Michael White and the diabolical Dogs of War. Tonight is the culmination of an entire year of grit, determination, doing whatever necessary to be the best in Pro Wrestling 225.
And their opponents.
And interestingly enough, Landon, for the first time since Bases Loaded, Disobey has Simon Phillips. Will that change things in our tag team championship match tonight?
Born from the twisted mind of Big Ramp Enterprises, the walking nightmare of Lucha Lacora and the Mad Dog, Gil Gracie, promised nothing short of domination since their arrival at Full Summer just 3 months ago, and they have delivered.
On the contrary, Landon, I don't know. I think that perhaps in the minds of Lucha Lacora and the Mad Dog, it has not been as dominant as they wanted it to be, right? There were some miscommunication issues when they teamed up to face RDS at Danger Zone. And Mad Dog wasn't even at Clash in Columbia, forcing Lucha Lacora to join a 6-man tag team, unexpectedly perhaps. And look at this already. Gil, just a slight shove to Lucha Lacora about who's going to start this match. So interesting, I think. And that can only bode well for our challengers tonight, Disobey.
Let me ask you one question. Who walked out with the Pro Wrestling 225 Tag Team Championships? Which team was that?
I understand. It was the Dogs of War. Yes, I fully agree. However, for two individual competitors as dominant as they have been in Pro Wrestling 225, I think they thought it would come a little bit easier as a team, and it has not been perfect.
It doesn't have to be perfect. Lucha Lacora and Gil Gracie are two of the most impressive athletes we've ever seen in Pro Wrestling 225. What could possibly go wrong for them? How could you possibly overcome a force like that?
Well, Disobey hopes to have the answer tonight, right? We know that Disobey was able to disband the Overboys when they gained their first tag team championship at Bases Loaded. But Landon, you think they unfairly lost those titles in a gauntlet match?
They absolutely did. It was absolutely Michael White's fault. I mean, Michael White is the one who is shaking off his duties as a manager to determine a #1 contender for those belts, and that's why we had the gauntlet match in the first place.
But still, when you win the gold, you have to be ready to defend it in any way possible. I know circumstances were not ideal, and the Dogs of War absolutely took advantage of the opportunity in the moment.
And the bottom line is Disobey undeniably has earned their spot in this matchup, knocking off the Overboys at Bases Loaded earlier this year. But tonight, can they reclaim the gold for the most dominant force in the tag team division, the Dogs of War?
If you're Disobey, this is the match you have been waiting for. You have been psyched up for this match ever since you lost the gold at Cruel Summer, right? This is the match you wanted, this rematch. No gauntlet, no other teams involved, just these two teams going at it. And of course, you have to think big ramp at ringside for the Dogs of War. The silent Brandon Collins ringside there for Disobey. And Gil Gracie a little showing off.
Oh, man.
My
Simon Phillips may be out after that right hand by Gil Gracie.
That might be it. Just gets his shoulder off the mat, but goodness gracious, what form from that.
And you talk about experience. These 4 men in the ring have so much experience. They were personally wait a minute. Things are breaking down here for the Dogs of War early on.
Gil Gracie not appreciating the blind tag from Lucha Lacora. And the miscommunication continues for the Dogs of War. But now Lucha focusing in on Simon Phillips as the pace quickens.
Oh, man gets that leg up there. This is a dream match any night. Lucha and Simon, let's go. But Spencer, I think I might owe you an apology. Can Lucha and Gil work together? I mean, I would have thought it would have been a no-brainer. They would have figured it out, but after what we just saw, I don't know.
Well, if you remember at Danger Zone, they actually lost their match by disqualification, right? Gil Gracie just walked out. And so the question remains, can these two work together? Simon Phillips has tagged in JTM. We know Disobey can work together. They've done it very well all year long. Up and over the double flapjack there to Lucha Lacora.
TM has Lucha right where he wants him.
Drapes him over the top, and
that
boot is Phillips.
Tandem offense from Disobey. It's what they do best. Gil Gracie comes in to break things up here.
That says something to me, right? The Mad Dog does want those 225 tag team titles, even if they are with Lucha Lacora.
Absolutely. They might not be on the same page, but I would imagine Big Ramp has them reading the same book. And wait a minute, Fisherman suplex, as beautiful as it gets, but only a 2 count.
Ooh, knocks Gracie off the apron
just about. Wait a minute, Lucha turns things around when JTM goes up and over.
Ooh, chop straight to the throat there. And JTM in dangerous position with the apron.
That was that experience factor from Lucha, knew that forearm would be coming, blocked it, and now is setting up JTM up on the top rope. Good God, Big Ramp is terrifying.
That mask, almost as terrifying as Brandon Collins.
I don't even want to look at that.
Dangerous position. Lucha falls off of the top rope. JTM now from the second rope.
And, oh no! Both of those knees came crashing hard down to the mat. He could be hurt. JTM writhing in pain, holding that right knee.
And Lucha Lacora, we talked about his experience. He's going to focus right in on that knee now.
Yep, he's got that right knee wrapped around the ring post. Oh man, and JTM is in deep trouble here on the outside. And oh no! Gets planted and that knee just crashes with that steel ring post. Let me tell you something, patella versus ring post wins every single time.
JTM now in a dire position, and he badly needs to get to the corner. Oh. I don't even know if he can stand. Look at that tag.
JTM is in trouble.
Lucha, not so.
Maybe this is exactly what the Dogs of War need. Maybe they're just hyping each other up. Maybe they're trying to get each other incensed. Maybe they're trying to keep the energy level at an all-time high, keep the aggression level at an all-time high. We've seen how dangerous a competitor the Mad Dog can be when he's angry.
Well, Landon, how about next time I need you hyped up? I tried the same thing.
Let's do it. I'm down.
I was hoping.
Oh!
Tracy tearing at the knee of JTM, a
Good
former
God.
SEC champion in his own right.
Absolutely destroying the base of JTM. If JTM can't stand up, he surely can't win the tag team championships.
And again, Lakura the tag.
Wait, okay, who's the legal man?
I think Lakura. Yeah, Lakura coming in, Gracie. It's not conventional, but it's a tag. And Lakura is the legal man here as JTM still struggling to stand after that brutal attack of his knee against the ring post and now to the outside.
Back on the outside, JTM has to find a way to get to his corner, and he's about as far from his corner as you can get right here on the outside. And does Gracie have in mind here? What the hell?
Oh! What was that horn? Straight across the knee of JTM while Lakura had the official distracted, and he still has him as Gil Gracie now throws JTM in the ring. So you see how confusing this is, right? It seems like these two guys hate each other, Mad Dog and Lucha Lakura, but they're willing to work together in this way to retain the gold.
So you think Big Ram's just trying to play the long con? To try and get in the head of Disobey, get in the head of all of their opponents here in Pro Wrestling 225 to think maybe the Dogs of War aren't on the same page?
It's hard to say, and time will tell, I think, Landon, but right now it is all Dogs of War in this tag team title match.
Lakura trying to go to work on JTM, but no! The spine buster somehow, but you can see that took all of the strength remaining in that damaged knee of JTM to deliver the spine buster.
Where did that come from?
I tell you what,
spine buster.
it's the heart, it's the grit we have seen from Disobey all year long. And Simon Phillips in now delivers that forearm to Gil Gracie. And another one, Simon Phillips on fire here in the LM Lockhart. Simon Phillips was the man who won the tag team championship gold for Disobey. Oh! Looking to try and do it again, but he's not going to do it with his shoulders down. Gil Gracie now back in this thing, on top of the Dogs of War. Oh, no!
The third partner for the Dogs of War strikes again the ring post. This time it's the shoulder of Simon Phillips that makes contact. And now look, it's Big Ram. He's just choking Phillips out.
And Gil, what? Eddie, oh, of course, Gil Gracie's saying he was trying to pose for a photograph with Eddie Irons. Whatever. And Simon Phillips in trouble here on the outside. I think we've got another tag here. Lucha Lakura gonna talk about it a little bit with Gil Gracie.
Lucha says he wants in, I guess, whether Gracie wants in or not. Lakura now taking control of Simon Phillips.
Snapmare brings Simon down. They're in the center of the ring now. This is where Lucha Lakura is the most dangerous. See, what you can't see right now is the absolute terrors he's whispering into the ear of Simon Phillips. Lucha Lakura says demons speak to him, and he likes it.
I can think of few things more terrifying at Fright Night. Look at that reversal from Lakura.
Lucha Lakura showing off the power, and the power bomb plants Simon Phillips in that forearm. Oh, man. Only a 2 count. Simon Phillips stays in this thing.
I thought that might be it. Phillips went for that hurricanrana. Lakura caught the leg, pulled him back up into the power bomb. It was almost enough to put Disobey away. Gracie now begging for a tag, it seems.
Looks like he's gonna get it.
Maybe not the way he anticipated, but a tag nonetheless.
At this point, I would say he's anticipating. And Gil Gracie dragging the lifeless body of Simon Phillips up, running the ropes, and oh man, what a drop kick. Disobey is in trouble here. Phillips able to kick out, essentially on instinct at this point. And into the corner, and oh man, with the momentum, and oh, the Mad Dog Bulldog coming out of the corner, and oh, still only a 2 count. Say what you will about Disobey, this team has more heart than I've seen in a long, long time. Wait a minute, was that another tag?
Yeah, sure was. He pushed Lacora, which I guess
I don't think that was an intentional tag, but nonetheless, Eddie Irons calls it one. In comes Lucha Lacora. Oh, Lucha Lacora mocking the knee of JTM here on the outside. And Lucha gets sent to the outside.
Maybe Simon Phillips, this is his moment to get a tag to JTM.
Did Big Red just throw a pumpkin in the ring?
Oh, and you know what? I actually think it worked in his favor because it tripped up Simon Phillips just enough for Lacora to take JTM off the side of the apron. Careful here. Still attacking the knee. Oh my God.
You've got to be kidding me. The knee of JTM just came crashing down on that ramp on the outside, courtesy. Oh my God.
Didn't think I'd call this tonight a pumpkin to the back of the head of Simon Phillips. I think JTM is hurt. I think Simon Phillips is hurt.
This thing is getting dark fast.
Meanwhile, Gracie with that elbow pad, that red elbow pad is on now, but the cover to Phillips.
I've seen this before.
A kick out.
And JTM is getting helped to the back. He is hurt bad. Simon Phillips is left to defend for Disobey by himself. And look at this.
Oh.
Wait a minute. Simon Phillips showing signs of life here. And oh, the referee goes down. Simon Phillips has an opportunity here. Eddie Irons is down. Simon Phillips going to work on Lucha Lacora. And oh man, no, he gets caught. Oh! Spins him out to dry, but keep your eyes on the risen one. Brandon Collins up on the top, and down he goes.
Oh, but takes out Gracie in the corner.
Wait a minute, oh man!
Look at the fight from Brandon Collins.
You see the momentum from Collins on that one, and gets up, and what a hurricanrana! Disobey came into Fright Night to win gold, and one way or another, Brandon Collins is determined to get the job done, and a Frankensteiner! With JTM neutralized, Brandon Collins in for the save, but oh my God, Mad Dog takes his head off.
Brandon Collins comes in to try to even the odds with JTM being held off to the back. And now he's paying for it.
Oh man, again.
Lariat across the forehead big there for Gil Gracie.
Brandon Collins is going to be seeing Mad Dogs.
And now the attention turns to Simon Phillips. Oh, we've seen this before.
What a dangerous spot.
Oh.
Wait a minute, Simon Phillips escapes.
Oh,
Gets that backflip up in the enziguri. Lucha Lacora's on Dream Street right now. You see the shaky legs, and oh, wait a minute! The Mad Dog gets sent inadvertently into Lucha Lacora, and all of a sudden, things are looking bright for Disobey. Snapmare brings the Mad Dog down, and tandem offense, the double elbows. Could this be it? Could we see new tag team champions here at Fright Night?
Eddie Irons is still down.
Brandon Collins trying to wake up Eddie Irons and the Mad Dog. They took too much time. Mad Dog now on his feet, taking it to Brandon Collins. Man, just when you thought
Disobey may have had this thing won, but look at that, Simon Phillips using that elbow pad of Gil Gracie's.
How many times have we seen that elbow pad get the job done for Gil Gracie? And wait a minute, Brandon Collins with the risen 5-star.
And from the other side, elbow drop with the elbow pad.
This could be it. This could be it.
The cover.
1, 2, 3.
Oh
He did it. Disobey has overcome the odds. Disobey with redemption at Fright Night.
Of this match, and your new Pro Wrestling 225 Tag Team Champions, Disobey!
A roller coaster of a year for Disobey has them leaving Fright Night as two-time Pro Wrestling 225 Tag Team Champions. We walked into Fright Night and we said the miscommunication between the Dogs of War, Gil Gracie and Lucha LaCura, could be their downfall. And it turned out to be the truth tonight, as we see there on the ramp celebrating. Disobey overcoming the odds tonight to regain the gold. But where does that leave the Dogs of War?
You see the frustration on the face of the Mad Dog right now. And wait a minute, what is this? Dogs of War sharing some words here. Maybe a little bit more than words.
Well, you know, Lucha has to think that Gil's to blame.
It was that miscommunication of Gil Gracie taking out Lucha LaCura that led to the Disobey victory.
Big Ramp trying to talk some sense into LaCura. He knows where his bread is buttered. It's obviously much more beneficial for Ramp if these two guys work it out. Maybe cooler heads will prevail here tonight. Trying to go for a handshake here.
I don't know. I haven't seen Gil this upset in a long time. I don't think he's going to do it. The future of the tag team division hangs in the balance, and there it is.
A handshake. Yeah, there we go. The Dogs of War.
Oh! Wait a minute! Gil goes in for the handshake, and Lucha LaCura, that snake, and Big Ramp getting out of there. Lucha LaCura completely blaming Gil Gracie for what's happened tonight.
The last nightmare from LaCura onto the Mad Dog. These two guys walked into Fright Night as the tag team champions.
I think we're witnessing the death of the Dogs of War here at Fright Night.
Somebody needs to get in there. And Ramp is just, I don't understand. Ramp here at ringside.
You don't think Ramp is the one calling the shots here?
No way. Maybe he just doesn't want to get in there, and I wouldn't want to get in front of LaCura.
I sure wouldn't. Man, we talked about what a destructive force the Dogs of War could be in Pro Wrestling 225, but
it turns out they were most destructive to each other. Lucha LaCura leaving Fright Night with Gil Gracie laid out in the center of the ring and leaving without his tag team.
But Will he be leading with Big Ramp? It looks like maybe Ramp has a decision to make. Oh, come on.
Back to it. Oh,
this is absolutely uncalled for. You lost the match.
Unbelievable turn of events here at Fright Night.
And I think Big Ramp is going to have a decision to make.
He's got Gil left in the ring, Akura walking up the ramp, and Big Ramp doesn't know what to do.
Maybe for the first time ever. Is Big Ramp, is he going to walk away from Gil Gracie? No. Gil Gracie. You have to imagine his body is broken, his heart is broken. And all the history here between Big Ramp and Gil Gracie, I mean,
There we go. Big Ramp in, helping Gil Gracie. Big Ramp Enterprises. I mean, those two guys.
Gil, such a big heart, doesn't want to be helped, wants to make it to the back on his own. Real tough loss here tonight for Gil Gracie. He's frustrated, but you have to give it up for him. One of the most decorated athletes in pro wrestling.
And where does this leave Big Ramp? Big Ramp Enterprises, Gil Gracie, the Dogs of War. What comes next? All we do know is that we have new tag team champions tonight in Disobey. What a night at Fright Night. It has been full of tricks and treats tonight. Make no mistake about it. We want to first send our well wishes to Dream Girl Ellie, sending her all the best hopes and for a quick and speedy recovery. Dream Girl Ellie, we can't wait to see you back in Pro Wrestling 225.
Absolutely.
But George Ja comes out on top in the rubber match to kick things off tonight. We had a trick or treat match where Nightmare Jeremiah was the trick, but Jace Valor wins the ultimate treat, and that means an SEC championship match with Baton Bullet.
How about a brand new Pro Wrestling 225 Women's Champion? It's Cody King. What could that possibly mean for the future of Pro Wrestling 225?
And we just saw the tag team titles change names as well, as Disobey are the new champs. So what does that mean for the other two championship matches in the second half? Will we see a new SEC champion? Will we see a new Pro Wrestling 225 heavyweight champion? Can't wait to find out. Let's send it back up to Alexis Windsor in the ring.